G'day everyone, Paul from Paul's Body Engineering here. How are we going? Today I thought I'd touch on the subject of macros. Now, it's a word that gets thrown around a lot these days. It's very heavily utilised when someone is dieting, when someone is trying to lose weight, when someone's trying to build muscle or build strength. It is effectively the breakdown of calories into your carbs, proteins and fats, and that's how we accurately determine what the body needs in terms of food to perform at its best. It's as simple as that. So, how do we get those numbers? Look, any given coach will probably not give away their overall secrets in regards to how they calculate their macros for the individual, and it is a very individual, customized formula that's required to work out what the overall calorie intake of an individual is. Now, there is a rule of thumb that a lot of people will use, but this is very, very generic. This is very, very, very much for the general public, and that is for your carbohydrates, you look at about 2 grams of carbs per kilo of body weight, body mass. You look at 2 grams of protein per kilo of body mass, and for fat it's 0.5 a gram of fat per kilo of body mass. That will give you a relatively rough starting point. Now, while that's all well and good, and it's great to Google starting calories, starting macros, use MyFitnessPal, it'll give you a suggestion. Look, at the end of the day, if you've got a specific goal, you need to have the right intake of calories to reach that goal. So that's where macronutrients come in, because by breaking down the macronutrients, we get the adequate amount of carbs, proteins and fats. If we're just looking at calories as a whole number, you could be low in one, too high in another, and you're not going to get the right balance. So, if you've got engaged the services of a good trainer, a good coach who uses flexible dieting, or if it fits your macro protocols, then they'll know where to start you, where to get you to, etc., etc. Because there's so many variables to consider. It's not just working out a number based on your current body mass. Yes, weight is one factor, but also current body composition. Frequency of training. How often do you train? Calories in, calories out. So if you train 5 days a week compared to 2 days a week, well, obviously you're burning more. So you're going to need more food. What type of training do you do? Do you do cardio? Do you do weight training? Do you do functional training? Do you do a mixture of everything? That plays a big role. Your overall goal. What is your goal? Do you want to put on muscle? Do you want to drop body fat? Do you want to grow while removing body fat? Do you have a time frame in which to achieve this? That's another significant factor. Are you competing in a bodybuilding show? Again, looking at different aspects of goals here. So look, it's not just a simple case of calculating the numbers in apostrophes. It's actually looking at all the variables to consider what the individual needs to customize their food intake to get them to where they want to be. And look, it's not a simple case of giving them a number and then letting them run with it. Their numbers could change weekly. And that's another thing why you need a good trainer, a good coach, because while it's all well and good to figure out your starting point, you might need more food in the next couple of weeks because your performance is so high, your calorie output is so high, you're burning muscle instead of body fat. So you need to counterbalance that with an intake of more calories. And then if you get to your goal weight, what happens then? How do you calculate your reverse diet? So look, all these things take into consideration, and yes, engaging a trainer, engaging a coach, it costs money, but what's your health worth? What is your health worth to you? So look, it's important to get the right advice, the right structure, the right protocols to get you to where you want to be. And that's why it's all well and good to calculate your own macronutrients or run on rough numbers, but are you running on the same numbers for the next 6 months with no results? Who knows? So it's good to have someone there, not only provide you with the right direction and guidance, but also accountability, so that every week there might be a subtle change, and that subtle change makes a big, big difference. My food and thought for today: have a great day. Nutrition is key, I guarantee you. 70-30 rule, 60-40, however you want to play it. Nutrition plays a massive, massive role in any fitness journey, and that's a fact. Happy days, keep smiling.